now to show that this convention is a multi, meaning and that we are very modern. Our next presenter is Milan Kalaš, and he will be online. He will speak from Italy. He is in joint research system, and we should already be in touch with him. So I will be happy if we can get him on screen, and it's a province of Varese.
Ano, we can hear you.
My name is Milan Kalaš. Thanks for introduction. Hi. And also I would like to thank all the organizers for inviting us. Despite being Slovak, I will speak English because it's my, well, work-wise preferred language. And I would really like to apologize for not being there in presence. I got stuck because of some recent floodings, working with disasters, making your life quite unpredictable. I will be presenting activities of a small enterprise which is based in Slovakia. We have about 17 people, quite international working team, and we are very active in different fields. When I speak about our activities, I really like using this word cloud, which is giving you a perfect picture of where our company is active. As you can see, disaster risk management and climate risk are the most dominant in the picture. We are primarily focusing on those two domains, where we are trying to work on a high-level research combined with the most innovative technologies and bring all our scientific evidence empowered with the technology to people and back to society. Just to give you an idea about projects we are actively participating in, this here I put only the logos and the names. You can see that we are quite active. I'm very proud that over the years we became one of the most successful Slovak entity participating in European funded research programs. We have also very active collaboration with the European Commission, Copernicus Emergency Management Service, and the World Bank. And I will be, in my presentation, showing you a couple of activities which we do together with Copernicus Emergency Management Service as a consultancy. When I said we are combining high-level research with the technology and we're trying to bring it to people, most of you probably encountered in your life with the climate projections, and you know how complex all this climate science data can be. What we are trying to do at KAJO is to bring all the scientific evidence and make it really actionable and understandable for almost everyone. In this example, we are showing an analysis we did for Žilina city, where we look at different data sets available from climate projections, from satellite data, and we try to indicate in quite a high detail where are the areas of the city which are overheating. You can see whole city, and on the right panel, we only focus on the Kia car production facility, and you see this red blob of extremely high temperatures, which is the parking place where they park new cars. So this is one of the examples how we do the data interpretation and what kind of services we can provide in terms of climate data assessment. As part of our activities within the European funded project called Operandum, we designed a platform which is helping different stakeholders, for example, municipalities, developers, or different industrial entities to design adaptation measures. The tool is basically providing very easy and user-friendly access to all climate data and environmental observations. User is just on the map drawing an area of interest where he would like to see the adaptation being recommended. They indicate what kind of problem they are facing, for example, urban heat or flooding, and system is automatically recommending a suitable adaptation solution. What you get out as a result is this kind of very basic information. In this case, one of the solutions is the green roof, where we provide a map of suitable areas where this measure can be installed with some basic information like cost estimate different benefits and co-benefits of the solution, what kind of societal challenges this solution helps you to address. Also, what are related policies you should probably be aware of, and also like what are the different funding possibilities to get this solution installed. We have also some basic design recommendation where you can put the solution, how long does it take until the implementation becomes effective, and this kind of very basic information. As I was saying, this system is already available to different stakeholders, and we keep on developing it further. All the solutions we are recommending are actually based on real existing installations we could identify either in literature or different sources. Our catalog is at the moment holding more than 2,000 different solutions, which were installed in different parts of Europe. We are providing also some detailed information about them, like the pictures, where they were installed, who was behind, what kind of scientific evidence we have for the design phase, but also for the implementation, and what is the benefit. So it gives you like a complete service in terms of understanding, design, and also the operation of climate adaptation measures. As I was saying at the beginning, I will be presenting also part of our consultancy we are doing for Copernicus Emergency Management Service. This is, I believe, extremely relevant and little bit underexplored area of services which are provided by European Commission. Maybe you don't know, Copernicus program is a program operated by Commission, which they sell as a European eye on the Earth. It provides different services. I'm listing them here, but I will be in my presentation only showing a few applications of the on-demand mapping and the flood systems where we are actively participating as a consultancy. Copernicus Emergency Management Service is providing actually two different systems for forecasting flood events at the European level and then the global level. The European one is primarily addressing needs of national authorities. So it is a closed system which is only available to national authorities like hydrometeorological services. The global system is completely open, and upon registration, you have access to full set of information. Information in the system is very simplified. Actually, what you see on the screen is simplified representation of the rivers. You see the different colorful squares. These are the rivers. And the color, the shade of the color indicates what is the likelihood of that section of river being flooded. Probably you heard already the terminology like 100-year floods. So actually the pink color is telling you what is the likelihood that this river section will exceed 20 years return level. This information is available every day. We have a new forecasting run, and it is providing you information up to 30 days in advance. At the European scale, it is a little bit less, but with high resolution. I would like you to understand that this is not a crystal ball and we don't see the future. Reliability of this information is as accurate as any other weather forecast you are using in your daily life. Maybe some additional information which is extremely important for decision making. Like you see that the representation of the squared rivers is probably not very detailed. Therefore, we are also providing like estimate of possibly flooded areas. This is the much higher, much more detailed bluish area in the picture. What you're seeing is actually nearby of the place where you are now sitting. It's Morava River. And these are the pictures from recent flooding a few weeks ago. So you see that in terms of managing the emergencies, this information is much more valuable because you see actually which parts of the river can be flooded and what is the extent, how far the water can go. We are also providing information about possible impact of the flooding. If you imagine that we take the flood extent areas, we overlay it with infrastructure, population density, and different types of land cover. And we provide a summary at the regional level. You can see in the table that we provide number of people affected, different type of agricultural lands and education, and different type of facilities like schools, hospitals, etc. Another service which is provided free of charge from Copernicus and is available almost in real time is the flood extent mapping derived from satellite observations. So every time satellite is passing over an area, it takes imagery which is immediately being processed, and flood detection algorithm is providing this kind of estimate. You see very high detailed red patches on the map. These are the flooded area. So almost in near real time, basically a few hours the observation is completed and the data is delivered to the ground. We are doing the processing and publishing this information, which is again freely available to decision makers in the affected areas. Another system provided by Copernicus is providing much further in terms of the level of detailed information. This time it is a service which is running on demand, so it must be triggered by authorized user. In Slovakia, this authorized user is Ministry of Interior. So if they see that there is a potential crisis situation ongoing, they can send a pre-tasking request to Copernicus service, and this kind of maps are being produced a few hours later. Difference between this one and the one I was showing before, this one is also including all different private satellite missions. So the data amount is much higher, and therefore the quality of the imagery is much higher. This is not only about the level of detail, but it also provides like damage assessment. I put this slide where you see more details. You see on the table, in the table on the right, also the facilities which are somehow affected. You see number of houses, water treatment plants, and all different important elements in the map which are affected by the flooding. These reports are published, as I was saying, a few hours after the imagery is acquired and are available to different authorities through Copernicus website. Now I will go back to activities of KAJO. And I will be presenting like these activities of Copernicus, they have a great value, but mostly looking at the bigger picture. When it comes to the activities at the more regional or even local scale, we are developing a system, a platform, which is used to support authorities in managing the crisis at their local scale, for example, being a regional authority or the municipality or even industrial facility manager. These are exactly audience for this system. System is being operated already by different authorities around Europe. Spain, Portugal, Ireland are running it at the national level. As I was saying, we are trying to bring the system into Slovakia. I'm showing in the slide example we are developing now for Žilina city as part of a research project we are participating in. System allows very easy access to all different types of information. Typically, during the emergencies, authorities are working under high time pressure. They have to make really important decisions to save lives and the property. That's why it is a bit time-consuming if they have to scroll through different websites to collect information. Sometimes they are looking at the outdated or wrong information. Therefore, our system is putting all this information into one place. Everything is harmonized and auditable. So whatever they see, they are authorized to see, and some higher element in the hierarchy approved that this is the right piece of information to be looking at. We are talking about hydrometeorological observations. You see, for example, animations of the radar imagery. You probably all know, all familiar. You can see the predicted weather patterns and the development over the upcoming days as animation, or you can see it as graph. You can see the sensor being installed in the city, for example, the graph down in the lower left corner. You can also see integration of all this European system I was showing before, which is the small colorful graph up in the higher part of the image. And if this information is too complex for specific audience, we are also providing like very easy to understand diagrams where you see like for each different type of hazard, like forest fire, high temperature, rainfall, or thunderstorms, you see very, very, very nice and easy to understand diagram how these kind of extreme events are developing over the time. To make it even more actionable, I was saying that you all know the terminology of 100 years floods or all different kind of thresholds. And you probably also know that every country has this kind of flood delineation maps available for different thresholds. And we try to collect all of this information and bring it to life. Probably nobody will during the emergency go into GIS and look for their area. So that's why we highlight in the system areas which are potentially being affected. We put in different colors either the magnitude of the event which is predicted to affect the area, or we do differentiate by different facility types. You see that pink can be industrial, the other one can be urban places. You can also see some supporting information which is very relevant during the emergencies, like traffic cameras, emergency calls, and the traffic information, everything in the same view. What is maybe even more interesting, like if you have certain specific facilities, like sensitive infrastructure, you can imagine organizing a conference, high level in Bratislava about climate resilience, and our friends organizer, they need to be aware of potentially upcoming extreme event because they might need to evacuate you all from the room. They can click on a point and they can see, okay, how the area outside looks like because there is a real time camera available, or some authority which is responsible for entire district is sending them information that we have exceeded certain warning threshold and you need to do and provide them list of actions, what should be done, where is the nearest evacuation point, because everything is set in the system and they just get clear, automatically clear instructions, what are the steps to be taken. We can set up this emergency plan for different kind of facilities. This is all to be configured by the system owner. You see that we indicate like it can be for the traffic elements, it can be for different facilities like sports centers, train stations, whatever. You can define who are the actors responsible for each of the facility, what are the triggering elements like water in the street in front of the building. You can have even sequence of this kind of rules, and then system automatically launches a protocol which is again predefined what kind of actions are to be taken by who. So everybody receives the information automatically with clear instructions with all the steps to be followed. As I was saying, system is already in operations in different countries and it's continuously being developed. It is not only available to different like public entities, but we are also having functionalities which are explicitly designed for commercial users. For example, hotel owners or tourist resorts or different types of this kind of facilities where we expect either high accumulation of people during certain events or maybe some value to be protected. As I was saying, we are also trying to bring all these European systems into life and bring them close to the people. We are putting them into different kind of story to help municipalities and the regional authorities to communicate how bad the situation can develop. For example, what you see, this is again overview of high resolution orthophoto map with the flood extent observed during the event in Bratislava 3 weeks ago, just to, on one hand, to help people to assess what could be the potential damage. On the other hand, in the longer term, if you think of what is our climate resilience, where we can plan the adaptation measures, or where is it important, but also very important thing is how we communicate to people, because at the end, all our systems can be super and we can have a perfect forecast, but if we are not able to communicate it in the right way and people are not reacting upon our warnings, it is all useless. That's why we initiated another piece of development, which is very recent. We are looking into innovative technologies for immersive presentations like augmented or extended reality, and we are combining all the evidence, physical evidence, satellite observations or the ground truth with the 3D models of real environment, and then to be trying to bring it in life and show people, okay, this is how events can materialize. Okay. In this picture, you see flooded Bratislava, and we made this visualization almost 1 year ago. And 3 weeks, it was not far from what was happening in reality. As a last slide, I will bring up this. We are also creating programs to help different authorities and different stakeholders, even private companies, to communicate how important it is to deal with climate change, climate adaptation, and how to motivate them to become part of the community resilience. We are developing serious games. We are developing citizen science campaigns where people can use low-cost sensor to monitor different environmental parameters. And I would probably close it here. If you have any question, I'm sorry I cannot be there in person, but you can drop me an email. I put my email address here, and I put also the pictures of 2 of my colleagues which are or will be present in the room. Maybe Martin, if you can shake the head so people recognize you. So if you have any questions or follow-up conversations, just join Martin. He will be happy to answer. Thank you for your attention and have a nice time in Bratislava.
Wow.
Milan Kalaš.
Milan Kalaš, and I only thought that only moderators speak fast and a lot. So if you got lost in the amount of data, I just need to remind that he's a specialist on geospatial systems and for the systems predicting weather. And he started his career by the European Commission, and he also contributed to developing of these systems of early warning. As you could have understood about the system of Copernicus, really hats off before this person, because he has plenty of data and how these kind of data are being forwarded to the institutions that make decisions. It's, of course, I have no right to criticize these institutions, but my head would definitely explode because of